So I'd like to say good afternoon to you, sir.
Oh, good afternoon to you, my friend.
And if you could speak up, I'd like you to actually um, explain to me, if you can work it out, because I'm trying to work it out myself, why I'm so excited and why I'm so happy about life when I've got so many reasons, dare I say, to not be happy. My health conditions, my financial situations, they're all kind of burdensome, but still, every day I wake up feeling amazingly joyful.
I think because you've learned to accept the contradictions in life, that life has got contradictions. It has its ups and it has its downs. I think most people want to have the ups and not work with the downs. But when we realize that life has got the ups and downs, the contradictions, we are then able to work with life processes. We learn to be able to accept that today I may be down, but it's okay. I can live with that. And tomorrow I may be up, and that's okay. I can live with that. And develop balance within my life and not leave it to external factors to determine whether or not I am going to be riding a roller coaster. So I learned to appreciate whatever life sends to me. And as I said before, there's a saying that life is 10% what happens to us and 90% what we choose and how we choose to respond to a situation. So there is that contentment that you have on the inside, being able to appreciate whatever life throws at you.
Okay, that's wonderful. Let me go beyond what I've just said. Another thing that might sounds like I'm contradicting myself, but I do have concerns for my son, and I would like to give my son and many of the young kids that I come into contact on a regular basis a daily message, something that they can actually take with them, put in their packed lunch, so to speak, and go out there and face the world. I go to school with, do whatever they do with each day, but have that message as something that can be like a support mechanism when they have any issues in life.
Well, I think one, that the fact that you have a concern for the next generation, I think is very, very important. And what you said is also very important about them being able to face the world, not run away from it, but being able to face the world and face the challenges that actually come. Because every single one of them have got the potential inside of them to develop themselves. One of the things that young people don't have within Western society is the chance to bring out their potential. So whereas in some of the developing countries, Africa in particular, the young men would go through a rites of passage, where they would be taken out and begin their journey of development and learn to face the challenges that life brings to them. So you're right, it's facing, not fleeing, but facing the challenges that life brings. Learn how to ask the questions of life. Learning how to solve problems that come along, because that's all part of their development.
Okay, something else that comes to mind. Recently my son told me about a situation at school whereby one of his friends was beaten upon by other kids, and he said, or his mother said, he feels a bit bad because he didn't join in and help his friends. So I said, why didn't you join in? He said, because I would have got in trouble and I didn't want to get in trouble because I've got a trip to go to. And then he said, but anyhow, I wish I'd jumped in. I should have jumped in. We should have jumped in and helped our mate. And he was pretty kind of disappointed with himself because in hindsight, he's saying, regardless what the consequences were, he should have jumped in. How would you advise that I explain, no, you shouldn't have jumped in, perhaps?
I think certainly what he's learning, and I think all young people need to learn this, that actually fighting in a situation isn't always physical, isn't always the best way to solve a situation. And unless your son actually knows what caused the fight in the first place, because I think sometimes some young people jump in without being aware of the history behind the situation. But actually it takes a greater strength to stand back rather than jump in fist first or feet first to analyze the situation. Because what happens is that such situations tend to escalate. They escalate. And we actually diffuse the situation by actually walking away from it and learning from the situation. Because it's about surviving. What do I need to survive? You cannot be of any use to us if you are dead. So your son did the right thing, because it takes a greater strength to walk away.
Okay, yes, and I mean, you talked about he's of no use to us if the unforeseeable may have happened and his life was threatened. Also, I did say to him, there's a situation where many kids have been sent away because of something they call joint enterprise now.
Yes.
And our kids need to realise, by association, they now face serious consequences. Mm-hmm. And I think it's something that our kids really need to be conscious of, because things are getting very, very serious with the criminal justice system out there. And more of our kids are going to be victims to that situation unless we can manage our lives better.
Yes. You're right. There was the incident, I think it was last year, at Victoria Station, where where there was an incident. And as a result of that incident between youth from two different schools, the problem escalated. It escalated in the death of one of the youth from one of the schools. But what was interesting was the fact that these youth who were then convicted were very intelligent young people, lots of potential they had in life, but now they are inside and really no use to society, no use to us. So your son did the right thing, because as I said, the hardest thing to do is to walk away. The hardest thing to do is to walk away. And I'm not talking about self-protection. Self-defense and self-protection is a different matter. You know, I would be inclined to have to defend myself or my family if they are threatened. But I don't go looking for a fight. I do not go looking for a fight. But the wisdom is to know when to walk away. Yeah, that is the greater man. That is about maturity, knowing when to walk away, and also knowing how to resolve the tension peacefully. Okay. And we have examples in terms of Dr. Martin Luther King. We have examples in terms of Gandhi, who demonstrate to us that non-violence can make a difference.
Okay, let's have a look at what we've got.